In this tutorial, we'll discuss PyAutoGUI, the Python library for automation, and discuss how we can use it to automate the keyboard. In the previous video, we already talked about PyAutoGUI and how we can use it to control the mouse. We talked about 10, 15 different functions that we can use. Alright, so today is the keyboard's turn. We'll take a look at the various functions that we can use for a keyboard, how to make the keyboard write, how to press down his keys, how to let go of his keys, and we'll take a look at the various keys that are available to us. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. The very first function that we'll take a look at is the write function. Okay, you want to write something, some text on the screen. Maybe you're automating a login page and you want to write your username and password, so you need to use this function. It's also important to keep in mind that in order to use the keyboard effectively in PyAutoGUI, you need to know how to use the mouse, because the keyboard just writes wherever the mouse cursor is, right? Because if it's over here, the mouse cursor, and I tell the keyboard to write something like hello, it's going to write it over there. But if I want to navigate over to that login bar, to that input box, I need to use the mouse to actually locate it and then move over there, click on it so that we can begin typing. Okay, so if you don't know how to use the mouse, you need to know how to do that. Okay, you can't just learn how to do keyboard automation and be done with it. So that's actually why I first discuss mouse automation and then I move over to keyboard automation, because you can't use keyboard automation effectively without knowing how to use mouse automation. If any of you watching this haven't seen my mouse automation with PyAutoGUI video, I do recommend you check that out. Alright, otherwise some of the functions here may not make sense. And besides, there's a lot of info in there regarding mouse automation, so it'll be useful. Alright, so let's begin. The first thing we'll do is use the PyAutoGUI PyAutoGUI.write. Okay, what this does is simply writes something like hello world. Now I'll just leave my mouse cursor over here, okay, and I'll run this code, and it just wrote hello world. See, it's that simple. We just wrote something with PyAutoGUI. Now let's try move over somewhere first. Like I'll move my mouse somewhere. Okay, let's say I wanted to move relatively and move 100 pixels down and then write something. And let's make it move slowly, so I'll give it a duration of 1, and there we go. Let's run this, and it went down there. Okay, look, even though the mouse cursor is over here, it still wrote it over here. Why is that? That's because we need to actually bring this insert cursor over there. The mouse cursor may be here, okay, but the currently selected area where the insert cursor is this location. So what we need to do is call the click function. Let's use left click, and if I don't pass any parameters, remember what I said, that if I don't pass any parameters, I'll just click on the location where it's currently at. So if I run this again, it's going to move down, click, and then hello world. So what we just did was made it move 100 pixels down. We clicked on it so that we selected that area, and then we wrote hello world. Okay, so that's the gist of how we do it. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually executing this code using the keyboard shortcut. That way I don't need to move the mouse. Okay, so you guys can see the mouse, that only PyAutoGUI is controlling it. Okay, I'm not doing anything when I run the code. Alright, so what's next? Well, next up is the press and the key down, the key up functions. Okay, we'll take a look at these subset of functions now. So let's take a look at the press function first. The press function takes a simple string as a parameter, and that string represents a key. Like A, that's a key, B, that's also a key, Shift, that's a key, and Tab, Alt, and what else? F1, these are all valid keys. Okay, here's the complete list of them. You can find them all here from the official documentation. There's so many different keys here: control, control left, control right, and delete, and all of these. Alright, and there'll be a complete list of this available on my website. I'll leave a link in the description below. You'll find all the functions for the keyboard, as well as this complete list over there if you're interested. Alright, so let's see what this function really does. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It just presses a key, but let's see how we can use it. Alright, so let's make it use left. I'm going to leave the cursor over here. All right, you see the insert cursor, it's between the P and the R. If I just run this, oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I need to remove this stuff first. Okay, let me run it now. Okay, you see it just pressed left. And what does left mean here? Left is the left arrow key. Okay, so it's actually just pressing the arrow key and it's moving. So if I just do this repeatedly, it's gonna move several times. And let's just leave it between the P and the R again, and I'll run this code using Control-Alt-N on VS Code, and there we go. You see, it just moved it 4 times to the left. So this is an example of how we can use keys. Let me show you another example. What we'll do is just remove this and put enter over here, and first I'll use the write function, write hello world, okay, and then we'll put this in a while loop, and while x is less than 5, all right, x is equal to 0, and x plus plus, sorry, hold on, I've been using too much C++ recently. All right, so what this is going to do, I'm just going to leave my cursor over here, all right, and I'll use Control-Alt-N, hello world, all right. So what it's doing is writing hello world, it presses enter to go to the next line, and then it writes hello world again, goes to the next line, and it does this 5 times. So this is a pretty creative use, okay? We can use it to write stuff, move to the next line, and then so on and so on. So this is just one example of how you might want to use write and press together. So let's take a look at some other interesting examples. We can even use stuff like shortcuts, hotkeys and stuff. Let's take a look at some other functions. Now there's key down and key up. Now what makes them different from press? Well, key down and key up are just like mouse up and mouse down. Okay, so if you're familiar with those, you should already know what this does. Basically, press is just gonna click a key, like you do press V, right? It'll just press it and then let go immediately. But what if you want to do shortcuts or something? Like when we do shortcuts, like hotkeys in with our keyboard, like Control V, Control C, what do? We do Control, we hold it down, and then we press C or V, depending on whether we're copying or pasting. But the problem is that if I tried doing this, if I did press Control left, and I did PyAutoGUI.press V, okay, and if I went and copied the import statement, now if I ran this code, do you think it would work? Do you think that this would actually paste the import statement here? Let's try it out. No, it didn't. It just wrote V over here because it treated them like 2 separate commands. It pressed Control left, nothing happened, then it pressed V, which got typed out on screen. Now obviously this is not what we want, right? So let's try a different approach. We'll do key down, and we'll do key down over here. And then let's run this code. Perfect, our code is working. We just pasted it using a hotkey, Control V. And you can use this with other commands, obviously. It's not just for Control V, use it for copying, use it for pasting, whatever. And one more thing I want to mention is that we actually need to do key up as well. All right, this can cause problems because right now we just execute these 2 commands and then our program ends, right? But if we're going to continue this program further on as well, and we try writing something, this is going to cause problems because those 2 keys are still held down. So we need to let go of them, okay? And same for V, let go of it. There, good. So yeah, now this is going to be a bit irritating, right? You need to do key down and key up for everything. I mean, isn't that kind of irritating? You don't want to do that, right? Because imagine if you want to do a shortcut with like 2 or 3 or 4 consecutive keys. Okay, I mean 4 is a bit unrealistic, but 3 is fairly common, right? So if you want to do that, then you're going to write 6 lines of code just for that. Yeah, that sounds a bit wrong, right? Well, there's actually a built-in function that we can use. It's called hotkey, all right? So if I just use this, and then I do Control left, then this, V, this will automatically this is the equivalent to those 4 lines of code that we wrote. So if I do this, let me just copy this again just to be sure, and then if I run this code, it's gonna paste it. Okay, this is the equivalent to those 4 lines of code. It's a fast way of doing it, and this is the recommended approach, and that's why this function is here. All right, so yeah, that's, I think, most of the functions we've covered with keyboards. To wrap this video up, let's just do one last example, and then we'll call it a day. All right, what I'll do is use the mouse first. I'll use mouse drag and drag 2. What I'll make it do is drag it to, what is this location? Roughly 450 and 100, right? So if I do that, and then I make a duration of 2, or 1 is perfectly fine, drag it, and then I want to PyAutoGUI.hotkey, I want to copy it, Control left, and then I want to do C to copy. Then I want the mouse to move back down and drag, no, not drag, just a simple move. I want it to move down roughly to 600 and 500. Then I want it to, or actually 600, then come down here roughly, then click PyAutoGUI.click, or left click actually. Then I want it to paste it. All right, so if I do this, this should execute. And the purpose of this code is to copy this import statement. All right, move the mouse over here, copy it, then come back down here and paste it. So let's see whether this works. Okay, slight mishap. Hold on. First of all, duration is equal to 1, and let me just put this over here, copy, come down there, click, and paste it. Great. See, this is a simple example of how we told PyAutoGUI to go over here, copy this import statement, then come down here and paste it. Now this is still a very, very basic example. PyAutoGUI can do much more than this. You may wonder, for example, that I'm not going to be there to tell PyAutoGUI the entire time that, hey, go to that exact location. Okay, what if you want PyAutoGUI to figure it out itself? Like, you want PyAutoGUI to automatically detect where a button is, to automatically find that login screen, that login page, that input box. So this is something you want PyAutoGUI to be able to do, right? Otherwise it's kind of useless if you need to hard code all the locations, all the coordinates yourself. And also because what if the screen size was different? What if, for example, I just changed the size of this window and suddenly everything is changed, right? So what if there was a way to actually make PyAutoGUI figure out where all of this stuff is, where that line of code, where that image, where that icon is? Well, luckily there is, and it's called the screenshot functions. It's a subset of functions in PyAutoGUI that we can use to actually locate specific images, specific targets on the screen. So it's a very powerful feature in PyAutoGUI that's a bit related to AI as well. AI and visual recognition, like OpenCV, if you're familiar with that library. The next video will actually be about this. The previous video was about mouse, this video was about the keyboard, and the next video will be about those locating features, okay, how to locate features on the screen. Okay, so it's going to be pretty cool, right? So yeah, do subscribe to the channel because we have a lot more content coming out on PyAutoGUI and other Python libraries as well, and you don't want to miss it, all right? So leave a like, leave some comments, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys in a later video.